Hey, Brian Krause here, and I was reading over CrowdStrike's latest threat hunting report. There was a crazy 583% increase stat. They keep standing out to me like some nasty white-headed pimple. What's especially crazy, it's a game over attack. Wow, roasting chestnuts over an open fire brings thoughts of holiday cheer? Roasting Kerberoast over an open Active Directory? That is networking apocalypse. The fine people at CrowdStrike are seeing a 583% increase in Kerberoasting identity attacks, and this is going from June 2022 to June 23. Of course, any attack is a bad thing, but there are really three questions I think we need to look at. First, how bad is this? It's pretty bad. A Kerberoasting attack allows a bad guy with access to a valid username and password of any user on a network to make a request to Microsoft's Active Directory for a valid service account credential. With the credential, the attacker can grant themselves a higher level of privilege, and more importantly, they can fly under the radar undetected. So when I said this is a pretty bad attack, I'm totally underselling the value of it. It's visit your mom for a hug bad because you've got many terrible days ahead of you. Now, for the second question, how does all of this work? Well, real quick before we start, make sure to give me a like, a subscribe, a follow, or connect with me. This totally helps me out. As for how it works, I think this is best told in a 6-step story. 1. This all starts when a bad guy steals the account of a domain user. Keep in mind, any user on a corporate network is a domain user. Active Directory is a system that controls the entire domain, or should I say network. Active Directory is granting users and applications access to things across this entire network. Additionally, the domain user is totally the easiest account to steal. All attackers have to do is phish, send malware, run a social engineering scheme, and the list goes on as a way to grab one of these accounts. 2. Now that our bad guy is using the domain user's account, they'll request a Kerberoast service ticket from the ticket granting service, which is Active Directory. While this Kerberoast stuff is confusing, it's really just how computers do authentication with public and private keys. What's really happening is the bad guy is using a tool like GetUserSPNs.py, runs a couple lines of code. This stuff is literally all over the internet, and it's easy to find, and it's really easy to learn about. 3. The bad guy is now receiving a ticket from the Kerberoast Key Distribution Center. Again, this is an Active Directory, and this is being pulled by that little program he ran earlier. This ticket is encrypted with a hash version of the target service account's password. Number 4. This encrypted ticket is a problem for the attacker, but he or she has it, and now they can take it offline and figure out the next move. Number 5. The encrypted ticket sounds like the attack should be stopped because of encryption, but the bad guy is going to use a tool like Hashcat or John the Ripper. These tools run brute force attacks to crack the hash and get a plain text password. Since the stolen ticket is associated with a user account, it is probably created by a user and not rotated often, if ever. There is a really good chance it can be cracked. If not, just pick a different account to try and do this all over again. The 6th step. With the newly cracked service account password in hand, thievery bliss ensues. Attackers have lots of nefarious options. Now the dumb ones will do a low-level smash and grab, then leave. Smart attackers, however, will poke around, further escalate their privileges, create new accounts, add backdoors, and figure out what they really want to steal. Things can quickly start turning evil at this point. Now for our third question. How the heck do you stop this from happening? There really is only one way, and it's by implementing an identity security strategy that is geared at protecting service accounts. I'd say all very large enterprises do this. If they do it well is a whole other question, and many don't. In the mid-markets, state and local governments, education, and small and medium business markets, this stuff is almost always overlooked. Identity is an easy concept to understand, but it's a pain to do if you're not sure where to start. This is why it is so easy to breach these small and mid-sized networks. And when I say easy, I mean stupidly super easy. The solution is to require service accounts created by humans to have complex, random passwords that are rotated frequently, if not after every single use. While this technically can be done manually, it is impossible to accomplish without an automated vaulting system in place. It must specifically handle service accounts, have auto rotation, and should have MFA for added protection. That means it can't be your browser password manager. This has to be done with a vaulting solution and can't be solved via monitoring. You should monitor, but identity and access management is the key to protecting these keys. I don't want to say the world is all doom and gloom. It's not. There are plenty of peaches and puppies out there. But as attack tools get more sophisticated and everybody wants all data, always accessible from any device, anywhere, there is only one way to stay safe. It requires building security into the DNA of anything that will ever touch the internet. I'm going to leave you with one final thought. What is the definition of a breach? It's unauthorized access. If you always think, how am I making sure to authorize access, then you'll always be going in the right direction. If you like me, like my videos, make sure to like, subscribe, give me a comment, or connect with me on LinkedIn. Keep safe.